Hi, I'm Anna Pereira, CEO of the Wellness Universe, and today I have with me Misty Ruffing, the Partner Program Manager at Builders. We're here to announce this wonderful partnership that we've created with Builders and the Wellness Universe. Misty, thank you so much for taking the time to speak with me today. I'm really excited to introduce who you are and who Builders is.
Well, thank you so much for having me. My name, like you said, is Misty Ruffing, and I'm with Builders. And Builders is a civic movement made up of people who are choosing to engage and not divide. Builders are flexible thinkers, they're constructive problem solvers who believe in the dignity of all people. We come from across the aisle, cultural, spiritual spectrum, and we're working to bridge divides. We do that by not avoiding hard conversations, but approaching them with empathy, curiosity, and courage.
I love that, Misty. Thank you so much for explaining exactly what your mission and purpose is behind Builders. So, I just want to say, first of all, when Builders just happened to pop up on my feed, I believe because your founder, Daniel, I was following him, and I think that's kind of how it all started. But the conversations and what you were posting really resonated with me because being the CEO and the founder here at the Wellness Universe, obviously, at the foundational level of how we help people is for their mental health, for their emotional well-being. And a lot of what's going on in the world is truly affecting people deeply, and traumatizing them. It's creating these social divides and everything else. And when I saw what you guys were posting, I was like, oh my gosh, I had no idea that there was an organization doing this and creating this bridge. And it's so beautiful the way that you help people to come together. Do you want to talk a little bit more about that?
Builders began as a media company, and that we knew that we could connect people across the divides through storytelling or shared experiences and great partnerships, surprising partnerships that we show what happens when you are willing to let dignity lead the way. And our creative content really just narrows in on what does it mean to have a conversation with someone that you don't agree with. It doesn't mean that or what does it mean to work together to solve problems? It doesn't mean that you lose your values or your dignity, your perspective. It just means that you're opening up the door for possibility of conversation and possibility to find solutions that you didn't know existed, and more of just learning more about people that you don't aren't familiar with. I mean, that's where we talk about being courageous and curious. And we came from a media company and we've shifted into doing some programmatic things, knowing that we know that it happens, and we know that when you come together, we can solve problems. So creating programming that actually does bring people together, and so we're equipping citizens with tools to learn how to listen deeply, to speak courageously, to solve real problems in their community. And we're not waiting on politicians to fix things. We're empowering citizens and people to take the action themselves.
I love that. And I love how you bring in all of that to expose these real on the street conversations through your social media channels, through like even married couples don't agree on things, how they stay married and how those conversations happen behind closed doors, to like a mass media commercial, for example, of putting people together and having them work on a project together and seeing the real person and then a project goal at the end and then finding out how different they are as human beings. And then at the end, them saying, oh, well, they're a really good human. So just the way that you're doing it is so brilliant, and you're bringing conversations from like I saw Johnny Cash, I think, the other day. I mean, I see some conversations from a long time ago.
Wow. Well, we look at the world today and we feel that it's more divided than it's ever been before. And a lot of it's just because those divided voices are being amplified, and our goal is to amplify the unifying voices and to show that more of us agree. There are the 80% of us who agree on more than we disagree, and we aren't happy with the society that we live in at the current moment, where we're just fighting and nothing is getting solved. And to counteract that, there's so many moments that make people feel great. And I think that that's part of why Builders has been so successful is, as you mentioned, you're watching the content that we put out, and it resonates because that's who we are. We want to be connected as individuals.
I love that, Misty. And honestly, our tagline is happy, healthy, healed people lead to peace globally. And honestly, by any means necessary, through the individual and helping someone to heal, their wounds, up level themselves through self-development, whatever it is that we can do through our practitioners, through our content, through our workshops, and then also partnering with someone like you who actually you have all of this amazing content and this display of how to be as a human being. And that's why I love what Builders is doing and why I was so excited. So tell me, of course, and when I approached you, this to me was a no-brainer because, again, like I mentioned earlier, there is there is critical trauma that happens to people when they don't feel good about themselves. They don't feel good about being out with other people. They feel uncomfortable. They're creating isolation for themselves because they don't want to be part of conversations. They're exposed to things that they don't want to see and hear on social media. And I feel that the wellness universe can step in here and help people with the other side of the things. Like when somebody's feeling that way, how can they manage stress? How can they, get through the trauma? How can they reverse how they're actually feeling? When you are teaching people the skills of communication, the skills of empathy, the skills of compassion, the skills of just being a human, like a decent human being. So I see that this is where we both really met on common ground and complemented each other. How did you feel when we approached you to be a partner?
Well, I think to me, the Wellness Universe was just the perfect partnership because at Builders, we're really focusing on how do you prepare to go and connect with people that you don't align with? How do you have these deep conversations? And it's not easy. It's very difficult, and sometimes it's going to bring a lot of stress. It's terrifying to a lot of people, and the Wellness Universe really is focusing on how do you prepare and how do you deal with that stress? How do you transform your internal thinking, and how do you become the best version of yourself. And that is the version that you want to be able to present to the world. And as a builder, I just think that this relationship, it's transformative, and that's the great title of this book. That it transforms the person internally so that they can show up in the world as a builder. And when it's difficult, they're able to fall back on the foundation that you've helped them develop.
Thank you, Misty. I appreciate that. And again, for me, it was a natural. I saw the gap because you guys are just doing such a brilliant job. So tell me a little bit more about the things you're actually doing. I know for one, there's going to be an event at Pace University. And what else can people, how are you getting out there and getting people integrated aside from creating content and sharing the content so people can take that on their own and do their own personal journey and be inspired by everything that you guys are doing? Where are the points of activation that human beings can go to, get involved in?
Yeah, so you can go to our website, buildersmovement.org, and sign up. And you receive a weekly newsletter. You can find us on social media. We're on all the platforms and follow the work that we're doing. I lead our movement partner programs at Builders, which means I get to work with an incredible community of artists, entrepreneurs, educators, faith leaders, and everyday change makers like you who are helping to bring the builder's mindset to life in their own communities. And I focus on finding and supporting the people who are already building bridges, even if they don't call it that yet. And I help plug them into our bigger network and amplify their work. And we get to do that through different initiatives like speaking at universities or participating in a Zoom call to talk with citizens or co-creating content that we elevate and show on our platforms. So in short, like I shape these partnerships and co-create campaigns to make sure that people are doing the real work on the ground, feel supported and celebrated. And as everyday citizens, you can go to our website, follow and see this great programs and content. You can attend a speaker series that we might bring to your community. And as we grow, we're just going to continue to find more opportunities for people to engage and be part of the process.
Thank you for all the work that you're doing, Missy. You and Builders is just incredible. And I want to say that I did meet some of your partners on that one call, and I was so impressed with what everyone is doing. They're so creative. They really move the needle. I mean, there are some that even have proposed new laws to put into place for different communities in different states. I really applaud what you all are doing at Builders. You, Misty, have been amazing. What are you looking for? Are you looking for partners, and what are you looking for if you're looking for partners?
For our movement partners, that is an invitation ask, and it's really it's that is a relationship where we find people who have a platform and have a voice and are able to bring the builder's mindset to whatever work that they're doing. And it doesn't have to be a CEO of a nonprofit who's working on wellness and or creating a kind bar or it could be someone who, is a music artist who is looking at ways to bring uh, use music to unify and connect people. It could be uh, someone who is a CEO of a company who just wants to create a culture within their company who of being a builder and helping to grow that and encouraging builders. So our goal is to connect with as many citizens as possible to share and grow this movement. And so that is from our movement partner perspective. For the rest of the community, we're looking for people who are raising their hand and saying, I want to do this. I believe that this is important for the well-being of my community, and they may host their own meetings. They're going to bring more people to this movement. They're in short, just grow the term, what it means to be a builder and amplify that. And so everyday citizens, obviously, they can go to our website, find the tools and resources to help them learn what it means to be a builder, how to become a builder, and hopefully find some resources and support along the way. And then we're also hoping that, you will grow your community and you will spread that culture within your community.
I love that. And we're all about that. We've been doing this for about 11 years now. And again, our tagline, happy, healthy, healed humans lead to peace globally, and by all means necessary to get to that. I wanted to also say, because you mentioned it before, the book. So the 25 Tools for Transformation, I want to say thank you so much for being one of our endorsers on the back of the book. Because when we all started speaking about all this, we were just starting the journey with 25 Tools for Transformation, and I was hoping that you'd be a part of it in a big way, and by you endorsing this book, because it is about transformation. Like, we're either being forced to transform, or we're taking action to self-actualize and transform because of the choices that we make. And so I want to say thank you for being part of this book and endorsing it on with a review. And Missy, I cannot wait to move forward with builders. I've been having such great feelings sharing the content, telling people about this. This is our official announcement out to the world. And I really do hope that everyone follows you on all the platforms, gets involved, takes action, because I know, for one, a lot of our members in the wellness universe are needle movers, are leaders. And they have the capability and they have the platforms to get the message out there and to lift up the builders movement in a bigger way. To me, it's a no-brainer as a partnership or as just a general community uplifter for you. So thank you, Misty, for taking your time to speak with us today and educating the public, because I really wanted everyone to know. I want to shout you from the rooftops, you gotta follow builders. It just feels good.
Well, I love that. And I love all the work that you're doing with the Wellness Universe. And our goal and my goal is to shout you from the rooftops and to show people it's easier to ask to show people what it looks like to be a builder than it is to ask them to be a builder. And the more opportunities that we have and the more partners that we have that we could say, this is what it looks like. And these are this is how we solve the problems that we're currently having in our world. This is how we connect with people, and this is how we have happy lives. As you mentioned, I think that that's just so critical. I really do think all of what you're doing is so imperative and so needed, and we're so honored to be able to elevate that and bring that to the world.
Oh, what a blessing. A match made in heaven, Misty, a match made in heaven. So, everyone, please follow Builders, follow the Wellness Universe. Go check us out. We're on all the platforms, LinkedIn, especially good conversations happening there, IG, Facebook. Please go to Builders' website. In the notes below, you'll find the links. And Misty, thank you once again for introducing what Builders is to a little new community that we can get your name out there and get builders out there and the whole mission and purpose. And I truly hope that the members and the community within the wellness universe can really uplift the builders a mission and purpose, and all together we all become happy, healthy, and healed, so we can attain that global peace that I know is very possible.
I agree. I agree. Thanks again, Anna.
Thank you.